So Ibrahim is back. That's great. So we weren't sure Ibrahim was going to make it, and he has. So Ibrahim is our injured man. We think he's got. Do we think it's a broken wrist or some sort of injury to the wrist? Honestly, we've heard too much practice is what we heard. And if these guys are using the force feedback on maximum, how many laps has this man done? And we're about to find out. Did he do the practice? No, he didn't do the practice race earlier. Oh, this is proper last-minute stuff. They've taken the car up. Yeah, one-handed. He's just made. This is Solberg. This was the Estering. So Solberg raced at the Estering a few years ago after breaking his collarbone at the previous round in Latvia. He was wearing a carbon fibre guard to protect his broken collarbone after he'd had surgery. This is what we're going for with Ibrahim. Don't let us down, Ibrahim. Send it. Right. Okay, so the grid, Dave Marshall on the inside, Kristaps Uzfils, Dorian Baptiste, who we are behind, I think. And then on the outside is Ibrahim Moreno. Waiting for the green, there it is, off the line, heading up towards turn one. Good start on the inside for Dave Marshall. Just got to get it stopped and hope he doesn't get taken out on the brakes. He's on the inside. We're looking at DB04 running wide. But I think Dave Marshall's got the job done on the inside. DM Racing 66, 5/10 of a second lead, heading down towards the hairpin.
Kept it tidy.
Yeah, did indeed. Now, Uzfils, where is Uzfils? P2. Kristaps Uzfils, that's sounding very Latvian to me. Kristaps, I might be wrong. No, I'm not. I thought so. Thank you very much. Kristaps Uzfils is Latvian. I know my Latvian, been there a few times. You've done a rally there as well, Katie.
I have, Rally Lapaya, one of my favourite events. Amazing gravel, so he will have a good feeling for the gravel. Yes. Mark my words, every road connects some towns out there. Wide open gravel road, so he should have a good feeling for this.
Up the Latvians. I know you guys are watching. Latvians love Rallycross, I know they do. They've got all their top drivers up there, Balmanis and Nitish. Like they're big fans of the sport. Great to see as well.
We've got an early Joker lap in as well from P4.
Yes, so that's our late entry. So Ibrahim Moreno, Ibrahim Moreno Santana. My bad, Ibrahim. I'd crossed his name out, that's why, because he'd withdrawn. We'd heard he'd withdrawn. He didn't make the qualifying session earlier on today to decide the grid, which is why he ended up on the outside. But Ibrahim Moreno Santana jokering early. So DB04's gone in as well. Dorian Baptiste has gone joke up, and he's 3.1 seconds off our leader. But our leader is DM Racing 66, Dave Marshall. Still out front, 3:30.1 was his time earlier on. Looking at the other Xbox times, and I think that was the quickest by some margin, in fact. So Dave Marshall was the quickest earlier on in the qualifying race today, which decided his pole on the inside. Similar conditions to this. Katie, look, he just looks super confident. He's hitting the same marks on every lap.
It's about consistency, isn't it? In Rallycross, you know, he's going to practice this 100% since he found out what track it was a week ago. Not the same conditions, but he would have been finding setups in the dry, in the wet, in the damp. You know, this competition comes around once a year, so those drivers are going to have given it absolutely everything that they can to make sure they've got the best chance. This competition moves quickly. You know, we've got the quarterfinals tonight and we've got the semi-finals. They had a practice earlier, so they wanted to make sure they were fully prepared for this. Different time zones too as well. You know, we've got an open field, we've got French, we've got Australian, we've got Slovakian, Swedish, Argentinian. They're all going to be, you know, driving and competing at different time zones. So that's another thing to think about.
Hard work if you're getting up in the middle of the night to race. It genuinely is. You know, again, you've done the time zone switch thing, I'm sure, and if you've got to go somewhere and do a job, it's really hard to get in that zone and get yourself in a position where you're not making any mistakes. So we are seeing Dave Marshall do a fantastic job at the moment. Just looking to see where Dave is on our list. He's English, so I guess he would be with a name like Dave Marshall. And that means he's in his home time zone, which is nice. You'd be an hour out, either way, doesn't really matter, does it? You know, the rest of Europe, Latvia's a couple of hours out, that's fine. But it's once you get sort of transatlantic or heading down to Asia, Australasia, that is not quite so much fun. So
proper dedication.
Yeah, big up to anyone. Big up to anyone who's competing from further afield.
Or watching as well, streaming us live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hit us up on social media. So it's on Facebook, on DiRT, Autosport, Motorsport.com, and the World Rallycross Facebook page as well, and DiRT Game for YouTube too. So Dave Marshall takes this one, a fantastic performance from him. What was the race time? We'll see it when Ibrahim Moreno Santana crosses the line.
29.
3:29.4, so he's gone 7/10 of a second quicker than he went last time out. So that is a great performance. Uzfils with a 3:32.3 goes about 1.5 seconds quicker than he went in the qualifying race this afternoon. So will that be enough to see Uzfils go through as one of our fastest losers? So the top two who don't win the race will go through to the semi-final later on today. 5 cars in each of those semi-finals, and that's going to give us our couple of finalists.